Always wanting peace. Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace, and you reject what Jesus Christ has offered for you on the cross. God has the reason to call his Son peace, because he has the might to actually bring peace. All you people want to do is cause war. You are at war. You despise anyone who speaks against you. You'd be having thugs all over the place. There's another reason why there is strength only found in peace. Peace through strength. That's God's concept. God can say he is almighty. God can offer you eternal peace. You people are constantly at a war with God. Shame on you. You don't know the difference between killing and murder. You reject the difference between killing and murder. Those soldiers, like our police department, are willing to lay their lives down to give you freedom, to have you have the right to stand here and do this. You wouldn't have the right to stand here and do this. Shame on you. You wouldn't have the right to do this if this was Iran. You wouldn't have the right to do this if this was Iraq. You wouldn't have the right to do this if this was Kuwait. Be thankful you live in this country. Don't be an ingrate. Don't be so bitter. Shame on you. Stop blaming politics. Why don't you take responsibility? Why don't you take responsibility? Like Adam and Eve in the garden, always blaming the serpent instead of taking responsibility.
Not John! Not John! Not John!
So much for freedom of religion, huh, Grandma? So much for freedom of religion. So much for freedom of speech. You people are worse than those Muslims, those hateful Muslims. If it weren't for this country, the Muslims would be attacking us under the name of their Allah. Under the name of their Allah, they would kill you. All of you women would be put to death, if not stoned right on the spot, for doing what you're doing, for marching in the street. You ought to thank God for the freedoms you have in this country. You need to thank God for living in this land that gives you the freedom to do what you want. Don't take advantage of God's mercy like you've taken advantage of the freedoms for living in this country.
You know you're in Alex Jones' movie? You know you're in documentary Alex Jones?
You guys are a bunch of communists, socialists. This is nothing more than a little Mayday rally for you. This is nothing more than a little Mayday rally. You're not against the war. You just hate any type of authority. That's all. You can't stand government. You can't stand the president. You don't like God. You just don't like authority. Shame on you. You ought to thank God you live in this country, rather than taking advantage of living in this country. How many illegal aliens are walking in this parade today, and they wish to say something against this country? How about being a citizen first? How about going through the proper channels and being a citizen first? How many illegal aliens? Push your stuff on me, women. Shame on you. Shame on you. How about believing in God? How about stop being a warmonger? Why is it you people claim to be peaceful, yet we need all these police around at a parade, at a peace march? Why do you need all these police officers? Because where the peace marchers go, there are broken windows, there are fires, there's vandalism. You people don't want peace. You want war. You are a bunch of misfits. You are a bunch of misfits, that's all. You despise all authority. You despise government. You despise God. You despise police. The Bible teaches in Romans chapter 13, God sets up that government. That means you despise the handiwork of God. Shame on you. You reject what God has to say for you. You're too busy supposedly being anti-war when you are at war with God himself.